What's up, you guys? It's your boy Next back with another video, and today we have an interesting topic. Honestly, I wanted to talk about this. I actually wrote this topic in my book, and I was going to film a video about it maybe tomorrow or the day after that, but I ended up seeing a video that agreed with me and also was able to articulate themselves in a way that I might not have been able to. So I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna talk about this topic and I'm gonna show you guys that video I seen on Instagram. So the topic is, we have a lot of problems in the black community holding us back, and we can't continue on. You know what? I'm gonna wait until after I wrote the intro. Let's get into the video.
Like, I had a conversation with a hedge fund. The owner of it is Jewish. We do business now, but one of the first conversations we had, he said the difference between your community and my community is your community wants to look like it, and we just be it. And he said all of us will live together till we're 30, 35 years old. We move out, we're up $500,000-$600,000 because we've lived together. And I see other communities do that, but I see us, oh, I want to be self-made. I want to be this. Why?
Because when you have these conversations, people think you being negative or harsh. But I'm like, the reality of it is, when we talk about our community, our priorities is just effed up, bro. Like, when it comes to economics and what we doing financially, we in last place. When it comes to having children out of wedlock, we have the most. We have the most abortions. We the first to get divorced and the last to get married. The most obese. The most illiterate children in the world. I was reading a study. They say about 50% of black kids can't read on a basic level.
That's true.
On a basic,
that's true.
Yeah, a lot of things that comes to the negativities. When we lead them oftentimes.
Yeah, that shit's sad.
But we the first to celebrate too.
Because our parents, no disrespect to our parents who want to see us, because a lot of parents pay for the athletic training, but you're not paying for the tutor. We not doing nothing at home. We just send our kids to school, bro. The school's made by the Rothschilds, right? Yep. The Rockefellers. It's created to create more employees. So if you're not doing anything outside of school to build yourself or your kid up, what you think gonna happen? Every now and then I mentor at schools like with young kids and stuff, inner city kids. And recently, the last time I was there, I was with this 8-year-old boy. He couldn't read or write at all. I'm talking about 8. He what? That's third grade.
8. And I'm talking about, I ain't talking about reading nothing difficult. I'm talking about cat in the hat basic type reading. And mind you, he know every NBA young boy, Rod Wave,
hell no,
song, Roll for Work.
And that shit hurt you.
And that shit hurt me, bro. So, but this the wildest part about it. So his mom comes to the school, and I go to her, bro, because I'm that kind of person.
As you should, yeah.
I'm like, bro, I ain't on no mean shit. I'm not trying to bash you, but I'm like, bro, your son can't read. He 8 years old. Like, that should be unacceptable. Like, what do you expect from him out of life? How you gonna get a job? How you gonna buy a car? How you gonna buy a home? he can't even join the military if you can't read on the basic level. Right. I'm like, that should be unacceptable. You know what she told me, bro? She said, I'm being anti-black and too hard on him. I said, bro,
she lacked accountability.
Lack of accountability. I'm
too hard on him. He can't read at 8.
He can't read at 8, bro. I was like, I'm being too hard on him. I said, ain't nothing I can do. All I can do is pray.
But you know what, though? It seemed like in our community, like, people want to coddle their kids, and it's like, yo, and people be like, oh, yeah, like you said, you being negative, you being hard. Nah, bro, I'm stating the facts, and people don't want to hear the facts, and people don't want accountability. I just feel like if I'm your friend or I'm your brother, I should be able to hold you accountable. If you don't like that shit, then we don't need to be cool. Because I would expect you, if I wasn't doing so, I expect you to call me like, yo, bro, I seen that, or I heard about that. Man. Like, I had a conversation with a hedge fund.
Man, what's this YouTube channel? What's this YouTube channel? What's this Instagram? It's called, clicking it right now. Yo, shout out to them, bro. Shout out to them for real, because that was a good video, and I have a lot to say, so I'm gonna give him a follow. Check him out if you're interested in his content. But let's talk about it. Okay, so we like he was saying, we have a lot of problems in the black community that plagues us. One, everybody want to look rich. Everybody want to be self-made. Just like when he was talking about the Jewish brother he was talking to. Jewish people, they're willing to live together till they 30 years old, 35 years old. All their cousins, they get together, they get a house. They only paying like $400 a month. They saving massive amounts of money, investing in themselves, investing in businesses, you know. And next thing you know, by the time they 30, 35 years old, they up 500K, you know. Black people in America, it's like we're not willing to do this. Everybody want to shit on each other. Everybody want to look rich. Do you notice that we are the poorest group in America, but we look richer than everybody else because of this clothes we wear. I know a guy that ended up coming across some money, 5 bands. This happened like 4 years ago. He came across 5 bands. This is the only time I ever seen him get any amount of money in my life. Swear to God. He came across like 5 bands, right? He spent 5 bands in like 4 days. Bro, he bought a pair of Balenciagas. He went to ATL and he came back 2 days later and he was broke. And he bought like a few shirts and stuff. And he was broke just like that. 5 bands just gone. The only 5 bands he had no job, no career, nothing, you know. And that's a lot of the things we want to compete with each other. Everybody worried about who wearing the most expensive clothing. Nigga, you're broke. I'm not going outside buying Balenciaga every time they come out with a shoe, buying every Jordan that come out. I know a nigga that really stand in line every time for the last 20 years, stand in line every time Jordans come out. Every time a nice pair of Jordans come out, he the first one to cop them. But he can't even afford a phone and keep his phone on. Like, in the black community, our priorities are messed up. Our children can't read. We are the most obese. We are the last to get married and first to get the divorce. Why do you think that is? Because our priorities are messed up. And there's a lot of things we need to do. Fixing this is not going to happen overnight. But acknowledging all of this stuff as a fact, we're able to combat it. What should we do to fix these things? Well, we should put more emphasis on education. We should put less emphasis on street life, you know? Because as a young nigga, when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, growing up in Brooklyn, you know, only people we looked up to, we didn't look up to actors. We didn't look up to scholars. We looked up to the hood nigga that pulled up in the Charger on the block. That's who we looked up to. It was this dude, right? His name was like, what was his name? I don't even remember. But I remember he was from my hood. He used to pull up in a nice all black Charger, tinted out, you know, gold chains around his neck. He used to slang dope, no cap, you know. And I remember every time I used to see him, I remember one day he had a wad of cash, you know. And I was like, how you make so? I remember I was like 10 years old. I was like, how you make so much money? And he was like, yo, he a hood nigga. So he like, you feel me? So I'm like, but how you make it? And then he started, as I get a little bit older, he started to tell me a little bit, give me little gems on how you make so much money. But he wasn't making that shit legally. Now he locked up. This is who I was looking up to be in my most influential years of my life. This is who we look up to because of the environments we grow up in. And we can't blame the environment. We can't take the blame for the environments because the system oppression, you know, when it came down to after slavery was abolished, we was forced to be in certain neighborhoods, and those neighborhoods was forced to be low income, you know. They put a certain amount of certain restaurants in those neighborhoods, you know. They always planned for us, for the hood to be created, you know. But we at the point we're at in 2024, we still look up to the wrong things. We looking up to we so worried about what the fuck is Kim Kardashian doing. We still watching baddies. Like, I'm not hating on none of the girls on baddies, you know. They all getting money, they on TV shows and all that. But let's just be honest, that's the dumbest show you could possibly watch. Only thing it do with fucking girls fighting each other, black women. 99% of the time on Bad Girls Club, the new one, Baddies, you know, I don't know what season they're on now. It's just black women fighting, black women looking ratchet, you know? And all of this prescribes to the detriment of the black community. This is why the black male has a certain view outside of America. This is why the black women have a certain view inside and outside of America, you know? Because the only thing we portray to the world is that negativity, you know? And it's not 100% our fault, but now we could take the blame because we're in 2024. And for these last 20 years, we could have changed these things and we chose not to. I know, bro, I taught a middle school program. Before I joined the army, I worked for a company named Maggie's Outreach, you know? And I did the middle school after school program. I helped them with their homework and all of that stuff. And I'm going to be honest, my most difficult kids was the black kids. Also, the kids that I worked with the most was the black kids. You know why? Because the environments they grew around. Like, one of my favorite students, my boy Jabari, his mama got like 7 kids. like 6 baby daddies. She like 32 years old. You know, most of her baby daddies locked up. All her baby daddies deadbeat. All seven of her kids live with her and her alone. You know, and he grew up in a rough environment. He can't read, he can't write, he can't do none of that. Jabari not his real name, by the way. I just said a random name for you. I don't want nobody researching this kid. But I'm telling you guys a real experience I had with the black community trying to be a young teacher, you know, trying to help these kids with their homework, teach them how to read. I would, you know, he a little kid, so I would see him every day. I'd be like, yo, Jay, you got homework today? No, Mr. T. No, Mr. T. I was like, bro, I know you got homework, bro. Give me your folder. Cause you know, they got like a list of things that they know they homework for the entire week and on Monday, you know? So I'm like, yo, give me your folder. And I take his folder, bro, got homework, you know? And I'm first time I'm working on him read, I'm like, read this letter. And it's like an easy word. I don't know what it is. Let's just make up something. Let's say that, you know, and I'm like, sound it out. He don't even know what all the sounds are, you know, and these are things that's plaguing the black community. Why can't he read? He was like 11 years old. Why can't he read? Why no one teaching him how to read, how to do basic math? Like, we have a lot of things plaguing the black community. Why are we always trying to compete with each other? Why are we always trying to do better than the next man? Why are we always worried about who the next man fucking, what the next man wearing, what the next man driving? If we all were to come together like Jewish people do, like Mexican people do, they buy a house, all live in the same big old house, pay $400 a month, stack bread, and invest in the same businesses. That shit is so rare in the black community. It's applauded when it happens. Like, I only seen one example of this actually happening with an actual family. A group of cousins did this, and now they massively successful. Imagine if the black community did that on a regular basis starting now. By the time 2030 come, half of the black community would be out of poverty, you know, because we did so much investing and we did so much looking within ourselves, looking in the mirror, you know, accepting what we need to change in this world, working hard, you know, but we just want to compete. We just want to portray violence and ratchetness and bullshit out into the world. And we wonder why people view us a certain way. All of this shit need to change. And I'm not saying that racism is okay, because racism is dumb. You know, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. I'm not spewing no hatred towards my people, but I am saying, like, yo, we need to change. We need to do better. And it starts with us looking in the mirror. It starts with us valuing education. You gonna, like bro said in that video, you pay for an athletic trainer, but you won't pay for a tutor. Your son is only gonna be 5'8". He's not going to the NBA. Let's just be honest, you know? He's not going to the NBA. He needs to be able to read. He can't even join the army. He was right. He can't even join the army. You can't even read. You know, maybe if you like 17, 18, because you could join the army at that time, and you can't read, and you got a good NCO, they would teach you. They would, you know, but sometimes a lot of people will judge you. You be at basic training, a lot of people your age, they all gonna judge you. They all gonna laugh at you. Do you want your child to be the laughing stock? Can't read, can't write, can't even do basic math. Only thing he know is the hood life. Only thing he know is selling drugs. Only thing he knows is playing basketball. Bro, you're not going to the NBA. I'm sorry. Some people will, you know? I always say, believe in yourself, work hard, and all your dreams could come true. Yes, but it's not going to come, something like the NBA is not coming true for everybody, especially if you under 6 foot. Let's just be honest. The moment I knew I wasn't going to because every kid, I feel like every young black kid from the hood dreams of going to the NBA at least for a year of their life, at least 1 year of their life, you know? My hoop dreams was crushed when I was like, I don't even know. I was like 14 and I played in the tournament and I got cooked, you know? I was like, damn, I ain't going to the NBA. Fuck. I gotta really learn how to read. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say something about myself. I grew up in foster care for most of my life, most of my childhood. You know, I got adopted when I was 15. So when I got adopted, I knew how to, all right. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, I moved in with my last foster mother when I was like 11 years old. When I moved in with her, did you know that I didn't know how to read? She forced me to learn how to read. She forced me to learn how to do math. She forced me to learn how to write. I'll be sitting at the table crying like 11 years old, like, I don't know this word. It'd be a simple word like because. I remember I used to never be able to spell because. And that's because even in foster care, I was in only black foster homes, you know, in Brooklyn. Only black foster homes. None of them infants emphasized the importance of me reading. So I ain't read on grade level until I was like 14 years old. By the time I left Miss Butler crib, shout out to Miss Butler. That's her real name. I call her mommy to this day because I respect her so much and love her so much because of what she did for me, and she wasn't even my family. But she made me learn how to read because she understood like where I came from, and nobody made that important for me, you know? So I speak from experience when I say this, that these kids are just like led to failure. Like Lil Baby said, it's the blind leading the blind, bro. You don't got shit going for yourself. Like I know a nigga from the hood that 20 years ago, he was doing the same thing he's doing now, just on the block every day in front of the same corner store. No money in his pocket, raggedy clothes, but he a hood nigga though. And these are the niggas that our kids are looking up to. They're not looking up to Michael B. Jordans. They're not looking up to the me's of the world. I'm not saying I'm so great, you know. I'm still getting better. But, you know, they ain't looking up to people that got real jobs, real futures, you know. They're not always looking up to that. They're looking up to bro on the corner because that's who they see every single day, you know. And I know it's hard because they're going to see him if they live in that environment, if they live in that area. But you can also show them that it's more out there. You can show them that it's important for you to learn this. And it's the way you do it also. You can't just be like, you got to learn how to read. You got to learn how to write. You got to lead them because children do what the parents do. Children are going to follow what you do. You know, I'm talking about kids a lot in this video and it's more topics to talk about, but yeah, children are going to follow what you do. Literally, if a child see you just sitting down watching TV all day, guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to sit down and watch TV with you all day. If a child see you every single day, you read for at least 13 minutes, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I want to be just like mommy, just like daddy. Open that book. They're going to be trying to read, you know? By the time they get older, they're going to be reading above grade level. I ain't start reading above grade level till I was like a junior in high school. And I still didn't take school seriously because all that negative mindset of the black community was stuck in my brain. It was a part of my identity at the time. So I still didn't take school seriously until like my senior year, you know, of high school. I'm speaking about real shit, bro. I really was an after school teacher. And I taught a high school program also, but that's another thing. You know, like these kids need more guidance. The future generation need more guidance. You want the future, because it seemed like every generation of the black community since I've been alive just getting worse. Every 5 years, the kids that come out just worse and worse. They badder and badder. Look at these YNs now. Countless young black men dying. Countless killing each other. Countless. And it's hard when you grow up in our community to get out of that mindset. I'm going to say something crazy, but I almost shot a nigga the other day. And I had to calm myself down and be like, yo, this shit is not worth my life. This shit is not worth my freedom just because of a little disrespect. Because a nigga disrespected me a few times. But that's the mentality I was raised upon. So it's a part of my DNA. So I almost crashed out, bro. I almost crashed out on a nigga that wasn't worth it. This is the type of shit that we raising our kids to do. This is the type of mindset that's embedded in their DNA. By the time they turn my age, I'm 24. You know? Now I'm doing good. All that negative black community shit that I grew up in, you know, I'm in the army, I'm doing good. I'm meeting young black men who's also doing good. Got my motivational videos, all of this shit. But it takes time, and everybody don't get the opportunities that I do. You have to provide those opportunities for your kids. You have to show them the way. They're gonna follow you. They're gonna do what you do. So if you doing a bunch of bullshit, If you they mama, you a single mama, you out here at the club every weekend, you fucking up. Let's just be honest. I know a woman that got 3 kids. She's 27 years old. I used to talk to her, no cap. I only talked to her for like 3 weeks though. She in the club almost every weekend, at least 2 times a month, 3 times a month, most months. In the club every Saturday, every Friday, every Saturday, because she only worked 5 days a week. Come on, son. Why are we teaching? Why so many African-American dads not in their kids' life? I never met my father. I don't even know what he looked like. You know? Most people that I know, most African-Americans that I meet in this world don't got their father. Why do you think that's a cliche thing in this world? Why are we going through so much in the black community? Why we got all this bullshit going on? Why can't we come together? Why we got to compete with each other? Why we got to kill each other? Why we got to fight each other on fucking TV for the amusement of others? Why we got to do all this dumbass shit? Why can't we come together? Why can't we do something positive? Why can't we invest in each other? Shit, let's all buy a house together. 5 of us. Let's buy a big ass 5-6 bedroom house together. We'll still be paying our mortgage. We still be paying like $500-$600 a month each. You know how much that's less than $1,000 and some change. Because if you get an apartment by yourself in most states, how much is gonna cost? A band and some change. Facts. I know it for a fact. So instead of paying a band and some change, living by yourself, shit, live with your mans. Let's all buy a house together. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, you got roommates, but it's a different type because you don't got roommates because like you have to. You're doing it because you're making a choice for the betterment of your future. I'm down to do some shit like that. Right now I'm in the army, so I gotta stay in the barracks right now. But I'm down to do some shit later on in my life like that. You know? Why we always gotta compete with each other? Why do I see niggas rocking Louis Vuitton belts that cost $500, but they don't got $3 in their pocket? They asking me to borrow $30 until Friday. Why do I see that every day? Why do I hear that? Why do I get messages on IG like that every day? Cousins hit me up. Yo, can I borrow 50 to next week, bro? Until I catch this play. That play never comes. Nigga, get a job. Why are we ashamed to get a job? I told one of my cousins one time, I had a job. He told me that he was too good for a job. This is the mentality we have in the black community. He told me he was too good for a job. Nigga, you're broke, but you look rich though. On IG, all the hoes think you got money. You got Balenciaga, you wearing your man's shoes, your man clothing. You wearing his chains and shit. You look like you rich, nigga, but you not. You asking me to borrow $50, $20, $30, literally every other day. But you too good for a job? This is the mentality we have in the black community, bro. How are we gonna change this? We gotta accept these as facts, and that's how we begin to change it. You know? The only way is to change is to take the blame. And I take the blame for all the shit that I did when I was younger. You know? I take the blame for before I was like 22 years old, I wasn't the best example for people younger than me. That's why I'm changing now. That's why 23-year-old and 24-year-old me and soon to be 25-year-old me is way different. And I'm trying to lead a revolution, not only for black people, for the world. You know, there's a lot of problems plaguing the black community, bro. It's just insane. We need to come together. I'm in this video right here. I know I was a little animated. I was moving around a lot talking, but I'm passionate about what I say because I actually been in it. I actually been through it, you know, between foster care, between various jobs I had, teaching, you know. Like, I know a lot of people and I see a bunch of bullshit, you know. We need to stop that shit. My Twitch handle is going to be in the description like I've been doing for the last couple videos. Follow me on Instagram if you interested, you know. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content. Hit that notification bell for you can know every time that I post. Let me know if you agree with this topic. Let me know if you agree with everything I'm saying. I love you guys. Thank you guys for everything. All the support. Peace, y'all.